technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jar.
And I am Anthony here in yet another edition of our programs here at Focus on Liberia. Gentlemen, if you are listening to anything there, you might want to turn it off and only listening to me. I'm the guy in charge now, and I will allow you to do the talking. And so, folks, in cyberspace, at this time, we want to say welcome to the broadcast. This is a promotional event intended to promote the town hall event with Councillor Tiawan Gongloe, organized by Team Gongloe, Minnesota. And gentlemen, I'm still getting feedback. Do not listen to anything else. Do not do anything else. Listen to me. I shouldn't say Jesus right now. So again, folks, welcome. And gentlemen, you need to stop the distraction. It's not helpful here. And so the event is happening tomorrow. All right, gentlemen, please mute yourself until I ask you to speak. Everybody mute yourself. It's causing some distraction. I don't want to be the one to mute you. Please mute yourself. Mute yourself, gentlemen. Mute yourself. We will take a short break, folks. We will come back to correct that distraction. Okay, we are back with you. We hope there is correction that being made to the issues we're having. And so, folks, we want to say welcome to the broadcast. Focus on Liberia, where we educate, we elevate, and promote all things Liberia. Talking about promotion, the Gongloe team is here to promote a town hall event organized by Team Gongloe, Minnesota, in the great state of Minnesota. That is why we are here. We say welcome. Share the broadcast. If you are a member of Team Gongloe, this is your event. Share it wide and wide so that everybody can have the opportunity to participate and also learn about this all-important event going on tomorrow here in Minnesota, which is November the 26th. The guys are here. Let us welcome them one by one. Let me welcome the man Langley. Langley is the Secretary General for Team Gongloe, Minnesota. Welcome, dear brother. It's good to see you. How you doing?
Much appreciation. Happy Thanksgiving, even though we stay in the Thanksgiving spirit.
That is true. We are still in the Thanksgiving spirit. And Langley Kialin is the Secretary General of Team Gongloe, Minnesota, and he's here as our guest to talk about tomorrow's event. We also have in the house Dr. Saint-Ji Kwan, board chair, Team Gongloe, Minnesota. Dr. Kwan, welcome to Focus on Liberia.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be here, Mr. Sear. Always happy to talk to you and to the Liberian people about what's happening here with Team Gongloe in Minnesota.
Thank you. And another member of the team is Joe Mullenberg. He has an interesting name. Joe is an executive director for Team Gongloe, Minnesota. Mr. Mullenberg, it's good to have you. Welcome to Focus on Liberia.
Thank you, Mr. Anthony said, and I'm grateful to be here, and thank you for having me.
All right. So, folks, you heard from the gentleman. They are happy to be here. Gentlemen, let's get started. Let's start with the Secretary General. Usually he does all the writing, and sometimes he does some talking too. Mr. Secretary General, it's good to have you again. So talk to us about the town hall event. First of all, when is it happening in terms of time?
Okay, I'll firstly, before we get started, there's an apology. We have to be gender sensitive. All right. Sorry, we don't have any lady on this show, but I think we have a team of ladies that are working along with us. I would like to firstly extend my apology because the busy schedule and the running of things, they are not yet, but they will be in person. My apologies for that first. The town hall is an insightful event on Liberia. All right, our presidential candidate, when he came as an aspirant, we observed and had some critical issue that has to do with the political, social, and economic advancement of our country. In this light, when he went back, he was selected as standard bearer. His coming now is a standard for us to tell who is Councillor Gongloe as a presidential aspirant to the Liberian society. All right, and this is an event that has been sponsored by the Midwest. It's not only Minnesota, the whole Midwest. We started small, but now it has grown above. I mean, they say Liberian men say a full year month. All right, it has become very large. We're talking about the Midwest representation, and in addition to that, we're looking at the national scope of our country for transformation. Our country has been so endowed, and because we lack integrity from our professional perspective, that what we kind of campaigning for Councillor Gongloe. And for some of us, integrity is the hallmark for enhancement of our country. Some of us were small, but we saw Liberia for the last we saw, and we can send for professional review, research review. We saw Liberia in the 70s and in the 80s. It was a country where we went to school. It was a country where we respected human rights. It was a country where we worked hard, okay, to improve our livelihood. We're not the best country. We're better. Liberia is a country where everybody wanted to come to, okay, and want to
Mr.
bring.
Callen,
Yeah.
Mr. Callen, I want you to tell Liberians about the event. What all should we expect to see at the event tomorrow?
Okay. Firstly, our standard bearer will be showcasing his 10 counts for Liberia. All right. Why he wants to run, his professional experience in Liberia as it relates to integrity, as it relates to youth development, economic, education. What's the way forward for our country from his professional experience? He wants to put a bid to the Liberian people looking at the issues, looking at our country for the short and long term. Critical issue, cross-cutting issue has to do with education, health, agriculture. I mean, you name it. And some of us come to compliment him because we have had the last 15 or 20 years working in Liberia. To our astonishment, since we left Liberia for over 7 years, what we left there for the government as a roadmap for our economic development, things have turned from worse to ridiculous. And we cannot sit back now. We have to front to make sure what the donors did, what we worked from post-war Liberia to make it reality. We cannot give war as an excuse. What the country led, the country is in the ICU, and we need delivery. And we think Councillor Gongloe of Integrity has the way forward.
Thank you. Let me come to you, Mr. Mullenberg. The event tomorrow, I'm still asking, what are the activities, from the time the program starts to the time the program ends? What are the things that will be happening in the hall? Mr. Mullenberg, did you get my question?
Tomorrow, by the grace of God, there will be a lot of things, happening in the hall. First of all, I think it will be good tomorrow. Then tomorrow there will be a fundraising program going on tomorrow, and then people are traveling from different states coming to the fundraising program. Enough publicity has been made, and then I received a call today from Iowa, and then people are already on their way coming. And today and tomorrow will be coming from Iowa, and then North Dakota, South Dakota. People are already coming. They call me already on their way coming. So, and there will be tickets sold. I mean, tickets are already on sale, in fact. And we made 200 tickets, and then pretty close to 170 tickets are going out to people right now. And I received also call, as I said today, and people will be demanding tickets. So there's a possibility that we may print tickets today, and there will be the interaction with Councillor Gongloe, doing that meeting tomorrow. So those who have not seen him, who want to talk to him directly, they will have the opportunity to talk to him, to engage him one-on-one. And then there are some corrective measures we made from the past experience of our past program. And people always complain that, look, Whenever you guys have program in Minnesota, you pay DJ a lot of money, like $500, and when they come, they sit. They don't make us to amuse ourselves, and then too much protocol, and then right after the protocol, you guys just let them go and they play for 45 minutes. So we don't enjoy ourselves. So we try to listen to people. We are kind of people in Team Government Minnesota who like to make people happy, and make them feel good. So we put in corrective measures already. So on our day, there will be 2 hours, 30 minutes of music and entertainment. It has already been settled. So there will not be much talking, or everything will be engaged around Councilor Gonglo. After he has spoken to the people in engagement, the rest of the team will be fundraising program. So urging everybody, you know, who's coming to the program tomorrow to make sure you please have something in your pocket, after you buy your ticket. And this is the
Thank
Midwest
you.
issue. It's no more Minnesota, Team Gonglo Minnesota. We are the one heading it, but the entire Midwest have come together to do this thing. So it even includes and Texas. Texas also part. And the deputy executive director to me is Howard Kruma. She's from Texas, and then they are also part of the big event tomorrow. So, and if you love dancing, and I promise you there will be a lot of fun. There will be a lot of dancing. And then Councilor Gonglo will be leading a grand march with his wife after we raise our money for the fun part of it. And then already trying to see what I can approach my board chair to also help with our grand march. We all will be able to make everybody happy, and there will be interaction. We'll be meeting for the first time, greeting, and then we invited citizens. We invited, Comments Group ANC, and Waka people. I've spoken to the chairman for Unity Party in yesterday. I spoke to him. I invited him, and yesterday UP to show that we are together. We only have political differences, but we got one country, so we are not enemies. So I spoke to UP chairman yesterday for Minnesota. I've even spoken to the treasurer. He called me yesterday, and since we got connected, we got so close. So he kept calling me. Even this morning we spoke, and then but the chairman will not be there. He's out of state, but the treasurer will be there tomorrow. And UP, me and Seditians. Our councilor when Seditian called me, my friends who I invited, and I made him to talk to councilor. He was so happy that Seditians will be coming there. It shows how united we are, how lovely Team
Thank you.
Gonglo Minnesota is. How we're trying to put people together to be one. So councilor himself is
Thank you.
excited that he spoke to Seditians.
Th-
As
Thank you, Mr. Monober.
Yeah, so
Thank
so
you.
we're using this medium also. If I don't mention your name, and yeah,
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Now that we know all that will be happening at the event tomorrow, let talk about them bit by bit. Let me start come to you, man. My understanding that you are also an advisor to Councilor Tiawan Gongloe. Your colleague mentioned about an interaction that will be held at the event tomorrow with Liberians from all walks of life. Can you specifically say to us what type of interaction you are talking about here that is so important that some people should leave their busy schedule to come? Talk to us about that interaction.
Well, let me expand a little bit on the first question.
Okay.
The purpose for tomorrow's event, I want to say number one is celebration. The very first thing we want to do about tomorrow is to celebrate. The first time we sent for Councilor Gongloe to come here, we had just petitioned him. He accepted the petition, but he was not yet the standard bearer of a party. He was not yet officially a candidate. So based on the events we had here and the kind of support we had here, when he went back and went to the primary for the LPP, there was enough support that made him elected as the standard bearer for LPP, which is one of the vanguard political parties in the country. So our first trip, let's say his first trip here was considered successful because our objective and our goal was met. Now he's coming back and say, okay, guys, I went. I'm now officially a candidate. Let's celebrate for that accomplishment. But the second purpose of tomorrow's event is now that we have a candidate, we need to support the candidate. Our first goal was met. Now our bigger goal is getting him to get to the Liberian people. And his plan is to do this nationwide tour. And he's been to two of the bigger counties in the country already, but he wants to go to all 15 counties. It's going to cost money. And the fundraiser tomorrow is to help support some of that event, some of those incidental costs for doing that trip. And you talk about social interactions. Well, if you can remember when this whole Gongloe fever got in the country, there was a lot of different groups formed in different states. Everybody was trying to come and help in their own way. But now that he is an official candidate, we are bringing the entire Midwest, like Director Mollenberg said. We are even bringing people from Colorado and North and South Dakota, Iowa. And I'm thinking there might be some people from Illinois and Wisconsin. So we are now bringing it together like, okay, guys, we were all trying to do this thing separately and differently, but we have been able to accomplish something together. Now let's get to know each other. Let's get to meet each other. And there'll be time for some people to talk directly with the counselor himself for the time he's here. But tomorrow will be a celebration. And also we hope it will be an acceptance of the responsibility that now that we have the counselor accepted as a candidate and approved, we will also continue to support him. And every Liberian that has the thought or the emotions or the vision of a better Liberia is invited tomorrow. Don't worry about seats. We will make seats available, and we'll make the music available. And Councillor Gongloe himself will be one of the first people in there.
Thank you. And Langley, this celebration thing I'm hearing, let us talk about it. Why has it become so necessary now when this time in the game you arguably trying to play catch up? And that's my own assessment. I may be wrong, from your opinion. And you want to celebrate. What is it that you're celebrating? I heard Joe saying 2 hours, 30 minutes of celebration and dancing. Talk to us.
It has been a long haul, all right? Mm-hmm. Our country has had an issue of integrity. Mm-hmm. Our country has had an issue of economic crisis. Mm-hmm. Our country has had an issue of political and social cohesion. Mm-hmm. As Mollenberg just said, we look at Liberia from all perspectives, mm-hmm. whether you're from CDC, whether you're from ANC. We were able to go beyond the divide to invite our friends to look at the 10 counts of Councillor Gongloe. Mm-hmm. It's not easy. People are going to have their tough schedule. To our astonishment, we're planning as a group from Minnesota. To our astonishment, it has become a program of the Midwest. Addition, our adversaries, for example, the CDC, all right, had come up. The Unity Party, people from, in fact, the business community, people from private sector have come up to compliment us. Even our mayor in Minnesota, all right, our Brooklyn Park mayor presidential candidate, the Liberian community have complimented us with this program. So it has become a Liberian thing, all right. Looking at our country, what can we do to move our country the next step forward? Interestingly, we want to put down this war syndrome. We need to look at reality. What can we do to help ourselves? We could complain about war. Rwanda is a test case to be a successful country. Is Rwanda different from Liberia? We are endowed especially for some of us who work in Liberia. Before coming to the States, I worked in the private sector with Liberia Chamber of Commerce. We have the economic roadmap for the transformation of our country. The poor implementation, people now willing to learn, government not seeking the interest of her citizens, has brought us to where we are today. Can you imagine?
And so for all these things you're saying, Mr. Kelly, we are not anywhere yet in tackling this issue. Mr. Gongloe just got the blessing of his political party to be their candidate in the upcoming election. I'm just trying to gather, why are you celebrating? I'm not saying your celebration is wrong. You have good reason for celebrating, but I just want you to tell the audience why will you, what is say you will be celebrating during the event.
Mr. C. Firstly, some of us have worked and still working in Liberia. As I speak to you, I have a serious not-for-profit in the educational sector that I've been running for over 10 years. We needed somebody with integrity to attract the necessary resources to make our country better. It's been over 20 years. All right? I gave you common example. Just listen to the news, looking at the news headlines, to people to do common statistics to know the number of people that are essential to development. Every time we put out the news, there's bad news for Liberia. Our country has positives. I told people who are researching they should go back from 1971 to 1980 and look at Liberia in terms of towards administration. We have been an endowed country, but integrity has kept us back. Greed. We're not investing in human capital. People die in Liberia from preventable sicknesses. It's saddening, I would say, when somebody say, let's go to Ghana. The quality school, I had the privilege to go to Italy, was one of the best in West Africa. JFK was a research and referral hospital.
So Tiawan becoming the choice of the political party LPP and to be a candidate in the election, is that silver bullet that requires this celebration now?
Yes, I will tell you. I got a testament because I worked with Honorable Tiawan Gongloe when he was Minister of Labor at the Ministry of Labor. We had an issue where our Lebanese brothers, our Indian brothers would bring people to Liberia without even laissez-passer at the airport. I was protecting the interests of the business community. We were in meeting on Christmas in 2010, 2011. Tiawan made an issue that Liberian colleges were graduating students from business colleges 200-300. We needed to create jobs for them. There was no need for accountants to come to Liberia. There was no need for public administrators to come to Liberia. In that, I thought it was a very tight business meeting, all right, where investors were protecting investors' interests. Tiawan said that Liberianization policy must be in place. Additionally, he carried out the work permit. He increased the work permit. He came up with the decent work bill that has been celebrated today in Liberia. We worked on our decent work bill for over 3 years. All right? I'm talking about real work. Some of us, we work representing the private sector interests. Tiawan served that ministry with integrity. And I can close my eye and put my light and open my eye anywhere when talk about governance and one of the best, one of the delivery minister in Liberia.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I got the answer. The answer to your question, from what I'm understanding, is that we now have somebody we can trust to be a presidential candidate in the upcoming election. And that requires a celebration from not only those who support him, but because those who support him believe that he will be good for even those who are not supporting him. That is your reason for this big celebration in Joe's world that calls for 2 hours of dancing. So this celebration, talk to me. What kind of music you'll be dancing? Some of your political friends can be dancing buka, dancing foreign songs. Let me come to you, Joe. Are you careful about the kind of choices you will be making in terms of music when you are celebrating, this revelation that Tiawan is a candidate, he will become president, and our wolves will get behind us. Talk to me about what type of music you'll be playing at this event, Mr. Moliber.
Well, I can answer. I think he's muted. Okay, now he's unmuted.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Moliber. All right, we will get back to him.
I told you initially.
He put you on mute.
We play all the music, even seditious music, what you call seditious music, buka. Once we have everybody coming there, we don't have selective music. We don't have playing to play. We're playing. Hello?
Yeah, Joe. For some reason, maybe your device processor is slow. Yeah, can you leave and come right by, please? Can you leave and come by because the voice is delayed. You are delayed. Can you leave and come by? Gentlemen, let me come to you, Dr. Fan. There's a reason I'm asking this question. We have to be who we are, even though. So talk to me. Will you be playing just about any music to celebrate a Liberian, presidential hopeful?
I don't know about any music. We will be playing the most popular music that's in town. We hired a professional DJ to do the music. But I want to go back to add on to what you said while we are celebrating. You put it right. I want to say thank you for making
it. Yeah, we'll come on 4 o'clock. I'm focused now.
Yeah, so I want to say thank you for making it concise and very clear. Our reason for celebration is the fact that we now have a candidate that we believe will give Liberia the opportunity that we need for transformation. We have a transformative candidate in the race. There was a lackadaisical response to the people, the candidates that were in the race. By a lot of people, like it was the same old, or that we were going to make the same mistakes we've made in the past. And the fact that Councillor Gongloe finally decided to throw his hat in the race is worth a celebration. We did that before, but then we found out he was not an actual candidate in the race unless a political party elected him as a standard bearer, which has also been achieved. So we are still celebrating because we now have a genuine opportunity for transformation in our country. Now, about the kind of music that will be playing tomorrow, we have a professional. I researched this guy, and he's one of the best players in the Twin Cities. We are hoping that everybody that comes to the party, to the function on Saturday, when they leave, they're going to leave happy, knowing that the DJ we have was professional. We're not going to marginalize it to just political songs. He's going to play the most popular songs around. We want to make it like a celebration.
And Dr. Kwan, you guys talk about you talk about inviting people from all political spectrum, Sidicians, people from the UP, and I believe you also said people from the ANC and maybe other parties as well. Are these people being given speaking slots to speak at the event, or did you just invite them as political observers?
We are inviting people to come tomorrow as Liberians. Regardless of what political party you are in, we are inviting them to come in as Liberians. We have a good product in Councillor Gongloe. We know if you can come and hear him, listen to his platform, have an opportunity to interact with him, our ultimate goal is to get as many Liberians as possible, not just in the Twin Cities, but everywhere, especially in Liberia, to convert. So we can go over and above what political party distinctions are between those different political parties, such that if we have a candidate that we know or that we think we can trust to transform our country to the next level, yeah, we want each and every Liberian, regardless of what political background you are or which political party ID card you carry. We want to win your trust. We want to win your vote. So we are inviting them not to give them an opportunity to speak, but an opportunity to celebrate with us, to interact with us, and to interact with the candidate himself in an effort that we might win some of them over.
Thank you. And I like the answer you gave. This is very, concise. You're inviting them, but you're not giving them, the speaking opportunity during the event that they will have the time to speak. Joe, why you did not factor that in? Say, this person here from United Party will give you 5 minutes to speak. Why you think it was not necessary to give them the opportunity to speak at the event?
Well, we try to have this situation under control,
Mhm.
and most of the things that will be done there is Council Gong will be selling out his 10 count plans to
Mhm.
people, if he becomes president, how will he govern the country? And then those 10 count points, that's the most important thing that will be discussed there. And then
Mhm.
questions will be coming from the 10 counts, and then other questions will be coming from everywhere, specifically, everything will be about him, and that's why we try to restrict it to. You can ask him any question, but we wouldn't open it up to people coming to make political speeches, from everywhere, from all political parties. Engage them as executive director. They were engaged, and then they understood that that was not necessary, and then so they didn't have any quarrel with that. They just coming to observe, and make a decision, because we also reminded them that look, like the United States, we are in the states, we have people in the Republican Party that vote for Democrat when they know that Republicans didn't do well. So we are personally engaged and give them that scenario. So we don't have problem with you being in your party. We talk like friends. We don't have problem with you being in CDC. If you feel that CDC didn't do well, if you love your country, you can still vote for Councilor Gonglo and still remain in your CDC like what we do in the US. So these are the kind of engagement we have. This is the way we have engagement that will bring friction. To say, okay, we look at enemies. We have constructive engagement that make them feel free and happy to come to the event and accept that. Oh, I don't think it's necessary to give speeches, political speeches, but I think it's good to listen, and then listening would help us to make decisions. So that
Thank
is
you.
what this is about. So
Yeah,
you
Thank
can
you.
sit
I
down and listen, and you
can
make
I
a
add to
decision
what
from your listening.
Drew
Yeah,
just said?
and I want to ask a question, and you can go on, Kialin, which is, uh, Councillor Gongloe is going to make remarks or make a major statement, and which will focus on his 10-point plan. Would that be question and answers period after making that statement or speech? And if so, have you contacted the media who will be there to cover the event and also help to ask questions? Because I know this is a time hall.
Oh, okay. Necessarily, we
Yeah. If you say
No,
engagement,
Joe, it's for Kialen, please.
yeah, we try our best to get all the media
Mhm.
involved. All
Mhm.
right.
oh, okay.
Now, in addition, I just wanted to make some major statement. Okay.
Please.
Like some of us, we are not official member of the Liberia People's Party. I'm from Liberty Party. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
But when you're looking at the issue of integrity, the issue of the way forward for Liberia, the best presidential candidate now and for the future of Liberia, the best person that we can trust our country to for transformation is Councillor Tiawan Gongloe. He has the record of professional development for Liberia. And it's that same record we want to share. It's like you're selling a product. What makes this product so extraordinary? They got so many people vying. Why would people support this man? Who are the people supporting the man? We're going beyond party lines. We're going because of national interest. And I will stop there, and then my colleague can take it off from there.
Oh, so that means you missed the main part of my question I was asking.
Yeah.
Town hall, meaning that he will be taking questions from those who will be attending as well as the media, correct?
Yes, obviously.
All right, Dr. Kwan?
Yeah. I think your question was whether there will be a question and answer period. The answer is yes, after the counselor has spoken. And that was one of the reasons I stated earlier that when people are coming, that will be some of the interactions we are hoping they will have, those who have questions, right, about where he stands on certain issues, or like if they've read a 10-point plan agenda and they have questions about, how he hopes to operationalize them. That will be part of the interactions. So, yep, there will be question and answer period. As about contacting media houses, I am sure our capable executive director there has done due diligence, and I will check on him later after the show to see how many of those media houses he has contacted. But that is the plan. We hope that even some of the attendees will also go on the informal social media to broadcast it globally, so that people will have opportunities. And those questions that cannot be answered in the hall tomorrow night, we will still find ways and means of answering them, because our goal is we got a good candidate and we want people to know him. We got a good plan. We want people to know it. I know, like this might not be the this might not be the usual thing for a political candidate. In the last election, I think some of the candidates decided they're not even going to have debates, or they're not going to participate in town halls because they knew they could win without it. But look at what we ended up with. So this time,
Dr. Kwan, quickly here. So at this event, do you have anything in place, like a recruitment drive at the event? Because that is an opportunity that will be created. You have invited people from all political spectrum. You are inviting the entire public, the Liberian community. Have you put anything in place so that those who will decide to join your team to be recruited in a formal way?
Formally, not really. We don't want this to be considered totally like 100% political recruitment thing. But we will take contacts from people that are interested, people that need more information. We'll get their contacts. Those people who want to become part of our team, we will take their contacts and get back to them with more information on a formal recruiting drive. But we don't want it to be. We don't want people coming tomorrow thinking our ultimate goal is to recruit people.
Is there anything wrong with recruiting people?
No. Listen now. I don't want them thinking the ultimate reason is to recruit them to LPP. The ultimate goal is to get them to recruit them to Team Gongloe, right? Which is basically, there's a little difference there.
Thank you.
LPP being a formal party and Team Gongloe being more about the vision and the candidate himself. So
Thank
the
you.
more we introduce him and they get to know him, the more we get to do that.
Yeah, Mr. Secretary General, anything you know concerning that question?
Yeah, you just hit a major point of recruiting people.
Yeah, I can answer that question.
Okay, yeah, Joe will talk, then I'll follow in. Joe, you can go ahead, then I'll talk.
Yeah. Okay, when it comes to okay, the first thing, let me deal with the first one about the media. as executive director for Team Gongloe, Minnesota, we contacted media organizations that will be there. Even FOL can admit that they have been contacted, and then will be covered by FOL. And so we engage them. They, and because of the publicity, other media organizations have engaged us to appear. And so we engage in them, they engage us. So other media institutions have called me, and then we've been hearing about your program, we want to give you a coverage, so we'll be coming there. So, and then I said, fine, you can come. And so I even told some of them, the media guys, oh, you want to buy tickets? They said, no. I mean, I just forgot the name. I can't remember. I'm not good at the names, but they will be there. I remember one of them saying, look, I'm a well-known media guy in this place. A lot of people know me. I just only need a ticket. That's what I need from you, to enter with my equipment, and I will give you guys wide coverage, and I will have you guys connected to the rest of the media team. So I said, okay, fine. We'll make sure we'll give you a ticket. So he was the one that engaged us. We didn't engage him. So maybe that's why. And our board chair doesn't know about that yet, because he called me, saying he wants to come in. And then besides him, I while we're on the show, another media institution just text me and they said they will be there. So we just got that information again. They're from Philadelphia. They're going to be there also. So media institutions have been engaged, and then they are coming. And secondly, for recruitment, the mobilization chairman have been working on the recruitment and the process. They call him Robinson. And then so there will be somebody that will be with APA. They will have the APA there. We created a meeting database for those that will volunteer to want to join Team Gongloe, Minnesota. So you will see, and during the program, there will be somebody for APA. So if you express your interest to join, because the database has been created already, so we just put in your information, and then later on we'll add it to the chat room. So all that are in process. So we have that opportunity, and then we try to well organize it. We try to do our best to make it look well organized. So all those things are already in place. So
Thank you.
That's why.
Just to add to what the executive director is saying, Mr. C. Just interestingly, an hour or two before coming on this program, from Liberia, our press person had he and I were just brainstorming in terms of our media approach in Liberia, all right, which is very, very critical. We're just discussing how will we go through with the media as the challenge of election comes about with Councillor Gongloe. He was giving all the history and the dynamics of the current challenges of the Liberian media and how do we filter. And I was just discussing with him very technically, because we need more media coverage in Liberia, especially the rural area in the people vernaculars.
Thank you. And one of you, I think it was Joe, who said that many have complained in the past that your previous events, there was not much celebration, fun time. And so you have a lot of more time for fun. And in that, he also said, well, people say you are paying DJ $500 this amount, and then they won't have enough time. You are calling the media. Are you going to pay for the media too, or you want free media?
Was that me or to Joe?
Any of you can take it.
No, the media. Okay, let me come in. Okay, let me come in. When the media come tomorrow, we only going to give them the opportunity to have to entrance. We give them free ticket. We give you free ticket to come in. And I already promised that. Like I said to the other media team that will be coming. I don't know them personally. They only called, see we're coming. So it will be Team Gongloe responsibility to give them entrance ticket, to go in and sell the equipment and do their job. Even I can guarantee that FOL will be giving also ticket to, at the door. Once you get there, you contact me, because there will be restriction at the door. Those ladies will be there asking people for tickets, and then once you contact me, you'll be giving, and then you'll be ushered in, respectfully, the media team. So all those things are put in place, and Team Gongloe Minnesota do respect the media, and then so proper arrangement has been made. When you contact me, you'll be given decent entrance into the hall. So I would also let me use this the opportunity right now. All media stations are listening to me, So we have a provision for the entire media team that want to come there. You can come as many as media team that want to come. You can just come, make your way there, and then get in touch with me. And then there'll be instruction given to the people at the gate, and then they will give you free entry. And there will be special service for media team. I will make sure that is done when it comes to serving them food and drinks, and then giving them the opportunity to have enough space to engage counselor. All those things will be done. They will be put in place because I will be at the hall tomorrow by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning to make sure all these things are set up. Before I leave, I will leave from there by 4 o'clock. I will be there all day, make sure those things are put in.
Okay, and Joe, before you learn that, I want you to learn on this.
Telling them what to do, giving them.
Joe, I wanted to ask for item 13. I think I heard you talking about that. That's going to be part of the event. Yeah. So what do we hope to see for item 13 at the event?
Yeah, for item 13 there will be a lot,
for item 13 there will be a lot, and like as I said from the beginning, once you purchase a ticket, when you get in there will be variety of food. There will be, I can promise you, the women fix 6 different kinds of food, so you will have access to anything you want to eat, and there will be a lot of drinks. But unfortunately, there will not be alcohol because we've been restricted not to carry alcohol into the building. So you won't have alcohol, but you'll have a lot of different kinds of drinks that you want to have besides alcohol, and you have variety of food, 6 different kinds of food. So as I said, for item 13 begins specifically, I will make sure I will be there by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, giving instruction. Because I respect the media. Media is that group that really helps when it comes to important issues, in anywhere in the world. So I do have high respect for the media. So I will make sure I will go there in the morning and give some instruction specifically for the media to make sure that they are safe when it comes to item 13. It will cause them to reserve the food when they are busy. Those things will be put into place tomorrow. When I go there tomorrow morning, I will.
You said there will be no liquor, but will the red cup be there?
If the red cup will be there, the thing that will be in the red cup will not be liquor. The red cup will be there, but then in that red cup will not be the usual thing. It will be something, but the color will be carrying the red, and then different will be there. That will be not alcoholic, because I'm a man of principle. I'm a man who love to follow rules, so I won't encourage something different. Like alcohol being into the red cup. If that is a tradition, that red cup carries alcohol, I think bear with me. Please, our red cup is not going to carry alcohol tomorrow because we want to have a very decent program. If you want a red cup to carry alcohol, then we can do that in our car, in our individual car. Because people call me and say, look, Joe, I mean, even though you said there will be restriction because of alcohol, so we're going to have our things in our car and do our own thing in our car. I said, fine, it's your car, it's not my car. But let's just follow what
It seems to be this is the the World Cup Qatar 2022 happening here in Minnesota. But that's a joke. And let me come to you, Mr. Kialin. This thing, at the event, right? So people are coming, and you're saying the Midwest is involved. Do you know what level of involvement the other states making up the Midwest, how have they been involved? That's my question.
They have, in terms of both financial and logistical resources. The Midwest, imagine those guys committed, each person that come in terms of fundraising, will come in with $100, okay? In United States, just imagine we're thinking about how to get money. They facilitate up to the point where they even increase the bar of us raising $100,000 to be able to complement electoral process. You know what it means, Mr. Sear? We were striving as an institution, Minnesota. Then we have taken the whole Midwest. The people coming with more force, all right, to make sure that we have needed resources for campaigning purposes in Liberia, all right? That has been an added advantage and a boost to our team. They have taken the program more than Minnesota, beyond Minnesota, all right?
And you think you're going to achieve your targeted amount there for the fundraising, 100,000?
The people have already started paying that money. They
Okay.
already started making that money. Each person that coming, besides the fundraising, is paying $100.
So let's talk about the fundraising strategies that will be applied in the hall. Walk us through somebody listening. Okay, if I'm to attend, I want to contribute. Uh, how will it be done at the hall? Talk to me about the fundraising process during the program.
I would like my chairman and the executive director of the facility, I would just compliment them. That they
Okay.
answer that.
All right, then let's start with Dr. Kwan. Dr. Kwan, let's talk about the money. This thing, because I was doing my research the other day, and I realized that Tiawan visited over 76 towns in just Nimba County, traveling, meeting people, and all of that costs money. And you're talking 100,000 here. So, what is the fundraising strategy that will be in place at the hall tomorrow?
Well, our first strategy is to 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 to, um, to convince the people that Tiawan is the best transformative candidate in the race.
Mhm,
And I think the good old book said, "Where your heart is, your treasure follows." Right?
mhm, mhm.
Where the executive director has set a minimum amount of contribution from our members, and then so we expect all those who consider themselves members of Team Gongloe, Minnesota, and other members that are now identifying with us from other counties, I mean from other states, will contribute a minimum of I think he said a minimum at 100, but we expect some people to give more. A couple of people have put in $1,000. The strategy will remain within the legal confines. We know that only Liberians can contribute financially to political processes in Liberia. So we are providing the oversight to ensure that that happens. Non-Liberians are invited to contribute, but their money will be going towards social causes that the council supports on the ground, and we are providing the oversight for that. But we are hoping that if we can convince people that Councillor Gongloe is the best candidate in this race, we've had a few people that contributed, $1,000 already. So we hope we'll get more people that can contribute towards that, because we are talking about the destiny of a nation. We're talking about the future of 5 million people.
And Dr. Kwan, if I may here quickly before I get to Joe, please, can you state in clear terms to those following the show and those who will watch later, the money you're raising, what would the money be used for? And how can somebody trust that the money will be used for the internal purpose? Because before somebody give money, they want to know what is the money for that they are raising. Quickly.
We want to show that all our donors and contributors to our effort, that almost 100% of their contributions goes directly to the effort on the grounds, which will be the councillor's next immediate action is to continue the nationwide tour. He visited almost 70 towns, villages, and hamlets and cities in Bong. In Nimba, it was actually 106 towns, villages, and cities in Nimba. He wants to do that to almost all 15 counties. He does not want to be the candidate that will use just social media, or the candidate that will only go to the big cities and not reach to the villages. He wants each and every person to get to know him, to get to see him, to interact with him. And knowing the person he is, we are confident that the more we are exposing to people, the more people we get that will believe in the vision he sees. So the money we're raising now, the intended purpose will be to continue the nationwide tour so that he can go up to the western parts of the country. He wants to go to Cape Mount, Bombing, Bapolu. He wants to go to Lofa. He wants to go to the other central parts like Grand Bassa, River Ses, River G, and go to the southeast River G, Grand G there, Maryland, Sino, Grand Crew, and those other places. So that's our immediate need.
Thank you.
Will be to continue
Yeah.
the nationwide tour.
And
To complement,
Langley,
listen.
Langley, quickly here, the fundraising effort that you already set into motion, which will be taking place officially at the event tomorrow, is also going on right now. Is that correct?
Yes, and to remind you, Mr. CA, we
Mhm.
started to, all right?
Mhm.
Like logistically, Minnesota team has sent 2 cars to Liberia, all right,
Okay.
to complement the trip. And this is just an addition, for God has passed through a lot of Liberians are getting interested. People are coming in with a donation. And those resources we're using, we are accountable to the letter. One good thing, our whole campaign, we're not just announcing money for announcing money's sake. We got a very strict accounting protocol for resources and money for people who are contributing. All right. We are going to be very accountable with integrity. It's not just raising money for announcing money's sake. No.
And folks who are watching, the team said they are raising money right now. In the scrolling text below, you will see their cash app that is FOG Minnesota. That's the dollar sign FOG Minnesota. The dollar sign FOG Minnesota. That is their cash app. And then for Zelle, Tiawan Gongloe mn@gmail.com. That information is in the scrolling text below. Joe, is that information correct as seen in the scrolling text below? And talk to me what people watching now can do as we speak, even before the event tomorrow. I think I need to unmute you here.
Yes, as we speak right now, if you want transformation in Liberia, and if you do love the country, we urge you to please make your contribution, because we live in making in Liberia. We have seen somebody we feel that rescue the country. This is a fact. We all do know what is happening right now back home, and we can't dodge that anymore. That is a reality. So we call it on all Liberians, who love Liberia. I don't care which party you are in. We're talking about the love of our country right now. Let's put, political party aside. Let's talk about love, for Liberia. That's what we should do. If you love Liberia, the reality is put in somebody better that will rescue that country. The country country has lost its respect. We completely lost our respect. We need to regain our respect internationally. So it's a fact. We cannot dodge that. So if we love the country, we shouldn't say because Councilor doesn't have money, so he can't go there. So because he doesn't have money, so now we're raising money to give to him. That's what we do. That's what we're doing. So, and people who say, "Oh, your candidate is good, but he doesn't have money," I always told them he doesn't have money because he did not corrupt. He had the opportunity in the past to have money when he was in government. So if he had done like other people, he would have had money. Because he didn't do it, that's why he doesn't have money. So now we are the ones who work hard for our money, who love Liberia, who want transformation, who want our kids to be in good school, who believe in decentralizing the entire country so that Monrovia will not be clustered. And who say, look, we in the diaspora need to work for our money for bills and have change. So now, to stop all these things from happening, let's try to raise money to put in somebody who they said do not have money. So this is why we're calling everybody. I don't care where you're from. I don't care which party you're from. Let's speak laws now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Love the country. Let's find the money. This person who will say is good. Everybody say he's good. He's good. He's good. But he doesn't have money. So let's find money now by putting the program tomorrow. Carry on the fundraising program, and donate to the fundraising program so we can find that money to give him to put in somebody that will help every one of us. I'm begging everyone, all Liberians. I'm using this platform to call upon all Liberians in all around the world who love the country. Put political parties aside. Or if you cannot come, I don't care which state you're in, our Cash App, our Zelle, it's on the screen. You can start as a speaker now. you can start putting your donation. And again, I will remind everyone who support Councillor Gongloe, this is a national call that when you come to that hall tomorrow, or if you're out of, if you're not coming to Minnesota, the minimum you pay through the Cash App or the Zelle is $100, as our butcher just said. That is something that we all committed ourselves to. You pay your $100 tomorrow and you buy your ticket. So let's assume that we all pay $125. So besides the $125, which is a must, so when you come to the hall, you can come with something extra to decide to use for your fundraiser that will carry us up to the $100,000+ that we expect to raise. So this is an appeal that I'm throwing out to everybody again that coming to the program tomorrow, especially when you love Liberia. So this is what
go ahead quickly, Langa.
Yeah, just to complement what my executive director just said. Money is important for medium of exchange for purchasing things, but development of the country require ideas and brain work, human resource, human capital development, and our counselor has been one of the outstanding professional characters in Liberia. Those are the top quality Liberia needs to change. Yes, money is very, very important to run a campaign. Beyond money, we got challenges with serious human capital. We have to be focusing on that if we want for Liberia to change in the short and long term. There's no excuse for that.
All right, folks, the team here saying if you are prepared now to contribute, maybe because of time you will not be at the event tomorrow, their Zelle is Ting Gongloe MN. That's Minnesota. Ting Gongloe MN at gmail.com. You can Zelle them, and they are saying they will appreciate that contribution. And also, their Cash App is the $FOG, that Friends of Gongloe, Minnesota. Again, the $FOG, Minnesota. We will take a short break. When we come back, we'll be reading some comments. And after that, we will be getting closing statement from the guys here. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back with you. We will now read some comments here. We will read some comments here quickly. Let's read some comments from these guys. Let's read some comments. Let's read some comments here quickly. Yeah, from Sam Waller. How do you all expect people in other parties to donate money to your candidate when they are fully committed to their party's candidate? Sam Waller, it can be done. It's not difficult. No. Let's read the comments first. Let's read the comments first. Yeah, it can be done. Cisse Goya, can you please share with the audience the Cash App and Zelle information? And Cisse is in the Facebook feed. This is the one for the Cash App. I think I read it earlier. And also this is the Zelle. And folks will be able to see that. More comments here. Sam Wallow, don't say almost, we will go towards, say what percentage of the funds will go towards it. He's teaching us some English. Thanks for helping us here. Let's hear from Comrade Yenny, how to turn the plans into policy that will transform Liberia. You can refer those interested initially to the website, later contact them and sell the councilor's ideas. Cisse Goya, who is a member of Ting Gongloe, this is a public invitation to those media houses and personalities who have not yet been formally invited to please come and participate. Yeah, from Cisse again, Joe Monaghan, you need better lighting so folks can see your face. Joe, we have talked about this. He's trying his best here. Cisse, everyone in attendance will have the opportunity to speak with Tiawan Gongloe during the event, just not from the podium. Sam Waller again, see, they are seeking to convert people to LPP, not a wise strategy. I'm not sure it's a bad thing to do that. They are not even forcing people, from what I hear from them. I hear from Marie, we will go from house to house, community to community, telling the people about him. Him is a pronoun used in place of the man Tiawan Gongloe. Sam Waller again, the spokesman, called the names of political parties that have been invited. He did not say independent. My commitment is directed at invitation to political parties. Sam Waller is busy here. Yeah, from CC here. Sam Waller, I don't think they are recruiting for the LPP, but instead they understand that no one political party can win election only by the votes of its partisan. Any political candidate who is unable to get votes from independents and partisans of other political parties stands a better chance of winning elections and running the country. Sam Waller has been busy here. One day, Liberian politicians will learn and understand that political parties are not open to everyone. They are only open to those who share their values, missions, vision of the party. And she say here again, all Liberians are invited to come and interact with. I think I read this one. Read that one. Let me see. This person is Boima Kiadi, George Manawia Strong, 12 years, President George Manawia. This person is campaigning here for George Manawia. A year from the man Augustine Tama from my own place of Negro Town. Good evening, Mr. Anthony. I'm following religiously from my slum community in District 16, Negro Town. His home there, brother. Yeah, this person that is Mohammed Sandy Senior. Good evening. I'm watching live from Sierra Leone. Somebody is watching us from Sierra Leone. Gentlemen, just few of the comments that, because of time, we can't read them all. Let's start with Dr. Pan. Quickly, your response.
I want to tell Mr. Waller, he already sounds like disgruntled. So if he's not happy and pleased, political party is not a categorical destination. People change parties all the time. And right now, I can assure you, if you needed evidence, come to the hall tomorrow night. You will see a lot of people from other parties. Before LPP just got reinitiated, every one of us was in some other party. Before Tiawan became a candidate or became interested in running, like even Secretary Kialin there says, he came from a Liberty Party. And some of the people we deal with, I want Mr. Waller to know that there is a difference between LPP and Team Gongloe. Team Gongloe is a grassroots movement that supports the vision and the candidacy of Tiawan Gongloe. You can stay in your party and still be part of Team Gongloe and support the vision. And he has said something about, I should say 100%, not almost 100%. Mr. Waller, in accounting, and if you are talking about honesty, I cannot say 100% because there might be some other incidental costs, right? They might get there and they probably want a printer or something else. So you cannot say I'm not being honest if I say almost 100%, because no honest person in accounting will tell you, okay, this money will be 100% used for this, unless we're talking about $1. But other than that, there might be always incidentals and miscellaneous expenses. What was the other concern? You said, how can you get political parties to contribute? They have done it all the time. I can show you receipt, Mr. Waller, if you came to the meeting tomorrow. Look for Sempa and ask me. I will show you receipt where even the official chapters or some of the political parties have contributed towards the Team Gongloe's effort. So it is not. So we're not just talking about dreams and stuff like that. We're talking about actual things. So
Thank you.
if you want evidence, come tomorrow. Look for Dr. Kwan. I will show you where officers and chapters of ANC and Unity Party and Liberty Party have contributed actual funds towards this movement.
Gentlemen, sorry, Dr. Kwan. I was just about to say, gentlemen, because of time, we should stop this far, but we will take closing statement from both of you, and I will encourage you to emphasize the address of the event, the venue, the time it starts, and the time it ends. And you should emphasize that and say whatever you think is important for your closing. We will start with Mr. Secretary General, that is Langley Kialin. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, the program will be at the Brooklyn Park Community Center. The program starts at 5 p.m. and ends at 11 p.m. All right, and it will be more of an interactive program with the counselor and sharing of what his 10 counts will be like. The 10 counts will be a focus point, and it will be more of an interaction and program acquaintances. So that's the best I can say for now.
Thank you so very much. We will bring in Mr. Mullenberg. Oh, what is it not moving? Okay, Mr. Mullenberg, quickly.
Tomorrow, this is the sample of the ticket that you see. The ticket is $25. For this ticket, this is what you're going to see at the door, and then the address is on the ticket: Brooklyn Park Community Center, 5600 Avenue North, Minneapolis, 55443. So that's the address. This is where the program will be held, in Brooklyn Park Community Center. So, and the door, according to the tickets, door opens at 5 o'clock tomorrow, and the event starts at 7. Everything is written on the ticket. So if we say event start at 7, we're speaking of 7 o'clock US time, not 7 o'clock Liberian time. We do care for people, as I always said. So this is the reason why we open the doors at 5 o'clock, because we know it's cold. So we open the door at 5 o'clock. So when you come during that time, you purchase your ticket, you can respectfully find your seats. So you can be seated respectfully without any rush, without being standing in the cold, and then wait for 7 o'clock as the event starts. So I will use this time, the media, to call on everybody. Please do not step in at 7 o'clock when the counselor is already being walked in or escorted by by the ladies, because there will be traditional music playing, when he will be escorted from the back all the way to the front by this beautiful young lady and woman that will be there. So that march will be starting at 7. So we expect people to be already seated, and we expect the press, the journalists, and whosoever people that will be there to already be seated or already be ready with a camera and all that, to capture him when he's walking in with the woman. So I will use the media again to call on everyone. So that's what will be happening there tomorrow.
All right. And Dr. Kwan.
Well, this is an open invitation to everybody that is listening. Tiawan Gongloe is not just, the Gongloe movement is not just about a person. It's about a vision of Liberia in which the rule of law exists, in which there is hope for transformation, in which there's employment for more than, I think right now, the unemployment rate in Liberia is 69%, 70%. We're talking about opportunities for growth economically. We're talking about opportunities for employment outside of Monrovia, a development strategy that goes every part of the nation, and education, a vision for education that will be matched internationally, so that if you spend all that money going to college in Liberia, you can still get a job anywhere in the world, instead of going outside of Liberia, you still have to go back to school because nobody respects our diplomats from that place. A better Liberia is possible, my people. We've been other countries, we've been other places, we've seen it. Liberians, we as a people, we have what it takes. We just need a system that will work to support that potential that we have in us. And we believe Councillor Gongloe embodies that potential so that we can be that shining star Liberia was meant to be on that dark continent. We can do this, guys. And this is our opportunity. Let's come together and make it happen. I'll be right there at the door tomorrow expecting you. But those of you that won't make it, remember the cash app down there. Every good thing gonna cost some money. But since Tiawan ain't got a safe in his house with the Liberian people money in it, we have to pour our live $25, $100 towards that effort to make that better Liberia come true. We are counting on you guys. We can do this.
On that note, we will come to the end of the broadcast, and the event is tomorrow. Door opens at 5 p.m. and the event starts 7 p.m. That is Central Time, Minnesota time. And if you have time, you should show up. The thing also saying if you can't be there, and if you like Tiawan Gongloe, and you want to see Tiawan Gongloe to be president of Liberia because you trust him, you can still make your contribution through their many contribution platforms. They have their Zelle, they have their Cash App, and the information is in the scrolling text below. We also post that on the Facebook Live feed. The song that closes the program is called We Are All Liberians. And only us, Liberians, can make Liberia great. And Tim Gongloe saying, they have the guy with whom all Liberians can make Liberia great. We can only hope, and we the media, we are just messengers, and we don't have no fish to fry, but we chastise them when they do wrong. That is our role. And we elevate the issues when the issues are needed to be elevated. Because this country, Liberia, was given to us, it is a God-given right for all of us to play our individual roles and do it with dignity and integrity so that we can be respected. I respect me, I respect the platform, and we should respect Liberia. Gentlemen, thank you for coming. We wish you well. We hope you're going to raise millions and not thousands because this mission is tough, guys. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
We are Liberians.